With the current global situation, every aspect of life has gone digital. The amount in which teachers use digital technologies to facilitate the learning process before the pandemic, however, was due to personal and professional preference. Today, however, being competent in the use of digital technologies in education is paramount. This presentation offers an insight into the importance of communication and collaboration in teaching. Communication and collaboration is an area of digital competence based on the Digital Competence Framework for Citizens. It is also known as DigComp 2.1, based on scientific research by the Joint Research Centre. DigComp 2.1 aims at offering a tool to improve citizens' digital competence in 5 different areas: information and data literacy, communication and collaboration, digital content creation, safety, and problem solving. Based on a user's personal experience and abilities, one can use this framework to identify their proficiency level and establish goals to improve their digital competence. According to DigComp 2.1, communication and collaboration is defined as the competence that allows the user to communicate in digital environments, share knowledge and resources through digital technologies, and collaborate and interact in digital communities in an appropriate manner. Within the area of communication and collaboration, there are 6 specific competences. The first one is interacting through digital technologies, which involves interacting through a variety of digital technologies and understanding appropriate digital communication means for a given context. What examples of this can you think of? Well, it may be easier than you think. We all use WhatsApp, we use email, in the education realm we use Classroom, and we've lately been introduced to Zoom, an application that has definitely come in handy during lockdown. The second digital competence is sharing through digital technologies. This involves sharing data, information, and digital content with others through appropriate digital technologies. Knowing about referencing and attribution practices are therefore important to be competent in this area. Examples of digital technologies to share content includes Moodle, email, Classroom, Zoom, Dropbox, Google Drive, and OneDrive. The third competence is engaging in citizenship through digital technologies. It involves participating in society through the use of public and private digital services. It also involves seeking opportunities for self-empowerment and participatory citizenship through appropriate digital technologies. But how do we participate in society digitally? We've all seen those surveys on Instagram and Facebook, but have we ever participated and answered the questions? Well, we should if we want to help our co-workers, students, and associates. With the increase of availability in webinars and online courses, we should share digital resources that we consider empowering and encouraging for those in our reach. The fourth digital competence is collaborating through digital technologies. This competence is centered on the use of digital tools and technologies for collaborative purposes, and for construction and co-creation of data, resources, and knowledge. What applications can we use to collaborate with? Well, Google Drive is a good example, as it gives you the possibility to share and collaborate with others. Users that use this can work in real time. It also has a feature that allows you to see the contributions of each collaborator. For example, Google Docs lets you know who has written what and when. Another application provided by Google Drive is Google Sheets. Teachers can use Google Sheets to collaborate with their institution. While the teacher fills out the spreadsheets with the students' grades, the institution is able to monitor the process in real time. Office 365 is a very similar application to Google Drive. It gives you a wide range of applications, and in most of these you can share and collaborate with other users. For example, you can synchronize calendars with those in your work or in your family. This way you're able to organize meetings or simply see when other people are busy. It has an instant messaging service where you can share and collaborate with people in real time. Canva is a tool based on the web and is used for design. It allows students to collaborate on the same project. This is used or can be used by students who need to make a poster or infographic. Evernote is an application based on note-taking. It can be added to your browser as an extension. Teachers can use this tool to make class notes, allowing the students to contribute with examples or questions. Diigo is also a cloud-based tool which allows you to organize information to simplify digital reading and facilitate productivity. It can be used between teachers if there is a common investigation or a project by teachers and students. Diigo allows teachers to share useful web resources that will help students in their current project or in their future education. Netiquette is the fifth competence related to this competence area. It involves being aware of behavioral norms and know-how while using digital technologies and interacting in digital environments. Having good netiquette means adapting communication strategies to the specific audience and being aware of cultural and generational diversity in digital environments. To have good netiquette, we need to be able to distinguish between communication styles based on the recipient. For example, our communication style needs to be different between the emails we write to our boss, the emails we write to our students, and the Facebook comments we write to our friends. The sixth and last digital competence in communication and collaboration is managing digital identity. This involves creating and managing digital identities, being able to protect one's own reputation, dealing with data that one produces through several digital tools, environments, and services. Have you ever thought about how the content you share on Facebook represents you? So why must a teacher in the digital era have knowledge and skills about this competence area? Teaching involves interpersonal skills in real life and digitally. The profession is based on the sharing of knowledge, and in order for this to happen, communication is needed. A teacher is required to know how to communicate effectively in digital environments. Educational institutions require the teacher to communicate with directors, coordination, students, parents, and colleagues. Teachers are now solely communicating and collaborating with students electronically. However, there is a fortune of digital resources for educational purposes. A teacher needs to critically identify those digital resources that best fit learning objectives, learners' needs, and pedagogical approaches in order to support their learning. Knowing how to responsibly use and manage digital content means respecting copyright rules when using, modifying, and sharing resources. It also means protecting sensitive data such as digital exams and students' personal information. Being competent in communicating and collaborating digitally will allow teachers to provide necessary guidance and support individually and collectively. Teachers should be mentors and guides for their students, helping them be more autonomous in their learning process. It's also important for teachers to consider accessibility to learning resources and activities for all learners and ensure that expectations and abilities are responded to. Teachers should empower students to effectively and responsibly use the digital resources for their learning activities, assessment, and assignments. Communication and collaboration skills apply not only to the classroom, however, but anything that represents the individual as a teacher. This means that social networking sites and other communication services should reflect the reputation of the teacher and the institution. Given the current global situation, the digital competence, communication and collaboration has proven to be fundamental for the continuation of everyday life. So as students aspiring to be teachers in the future, as current practicing educators, or as citizens in society, what can we do to be digitally competent? Reflecting on our current digital practices helps us to have a starting point on which we can base our digital goals. After reflecting, we should read the Digital Competence Framework for citizens and identify our proficiency level at each competence, not only in the communication and collaboration area, but in all competence areas. Once we have established our proficiency level, we can view the level we aspire to achieve. For this, however, we need to be realistic and propose attainable goals. After making digital goals, we should source out ways to achieve this. This might involve reading about each competence and putting them into practice. The last thing, and probably the most important thing, is to be aware and understand what is expected of us professionally, personally, and as a citizen that contributes to society. To review the 6 competences of communication and collaboration, they are interacting through digital technologies, sharing through digital technologies, engaging in citizenship, collaborating through digital technologies, netiquette, and managing digital identity.